Hi, my name is Paul Friedman. I'm the founder of the Marriage Foundation. Hopefully you're already a subscriber. If not, you definitely should subscribe because there's so much you need to learn about marriage. We don't learn about marriage growing up, and we don't learn about marriage before we get married. And so this topic is what causes a man to lose interest in his wife. You're obviously the wife, and you're wondering what's going on. How come my husband has lost interest in me? And I'm going to hit this from different perspectives, so stay with me, okay? Because there are some general things. There are some things you can start changing about yourself, and you don't have to be frustrated, you don't have to be angry, and you don't have to be confused. You can learn and then apply what you learn and turn things around. Let's go back to the beginning. You married your soulmate. You didn't make a mistake. It doesn't matter whether you're quote unquote compatible or whatever. You found your soulmate and you love your soulmate. You loved them. You knew that he was the right one, and that's why you accepted his marriage proposal. Or it just fell into place because he is your soulmate. And marriage is all about love and happiness. That's what it's about. But we don't learn these things. We don't learn about ourselves. We use the term soulmate, but we don't think of ourselves as a soul. And you should think of yourself as a soul. It's part of it. Because the soul, which is what you are, you have a body and you have a mind. But when you go it's I, the soul. Unfortunately, most of us go I, and they're referring to I, the ego. It's the false soul. It's that part of yourself that thinks of yourself as, well, I'm a woman, I am a professional, I am a mother. And that's not what you are. Essentially, you're a soul. You have a mind, you have a body, so you do these things in the world, the mundane world. But you're a soul, and you found your soul mate. And then what happened is you dated, you got to know each other, you were courting, you decided he's the right one, and you're the one who made that decision. No one forced you. And you got married without understanding what you were supposed to do to make your marriage happier every single day, right? You didn't even think of that. You just thought, oh, I'm married. And to expand your love, to learn how to love your husband unconditionally every single day. So you had no plan. You didn't have a path. And so what happened was you started taking each other for granted. But let's just do this about you, even though it's both of you. You started taking your husband for granted. You stopped seeing him as your lover. You started seeing him as your quote-unquote husband without understanding what that was. But it no longer meant as your soulmate. And so the things that he did that annoyed you, you let him know. You complained to him. You were bothered by them. Here's the key. You complained. And you're probably thinking, well, why shouldn't I? Shouldn't he know? And this is one of the great misconceptions, thanks to pathetic marriage counseling and these crazy articles where they talk about being the real you, talking about how you really feel, instead of focusing on nurturing the love and the devotion. So those are two choices, you see. It's like a choice between left and right. You can't go both at the same time. When you're complaining to your husband, you're not nurturing the love you have with him. Instead, you want something from him. You want him to change. You see? You're not satisfied with him. And here the topic is, what causes a man to lose interest in his wife? Well, if someone's always complaining to you about your behavior, you get defensive. You're not happy about that. And rightfully so. Nobody wants to be complained at. Neither does your husband. You probably scold him. You probably argue with him, right? You probably criticize him. So all of these things that you're doing, that you're taught by magazines and psychologists that you're supposed to do, you're not supposed to do. Because when you're doing that, you're not doing what you are supposed to do, which is nurturing the love, nurturing your devotion. You're not complimenting him while you're criticizing him. You're not being supportive of him while you're complaining to him. You're not recognizing his better qualities. You're focused on his mistakes. Everyone's got mistakes, but why focus on those when you want love, when you want his interest, when you want him to admire you, when you want him to tell you how beautiful you are, when you want him to hold you, caress you, hold you in his arms, and let his love embrace you? Why would he do that if you're complaining, criticizing, condemning? Why? You see, these psychologists, these people who write the articles talking about how you have to be who you are, but who you are both. But one is who you are as intended to increase the love and happiness in your marriage, and the other, who you are your problems, frankly, that you have to work on in your own mind. If you're unhappy about something that your husband is doing, then it's you who's got the problem, because what he's doing merely reflects who he is. You married him to love him, not to fix him. Fix yourself first. And so this is what's going on. So the question is, what causes a man to lose interest in his wife? Same thing that would cause a wife to lose interest in her husband. Complaining, criticizing, condemning. All in all, you could sum it up by saying, are you coming from your heart with your husband all the time? Because it should be all the time. Or have you fallen into this trap of being critical, condemning, and the like? Which one are you? I call this overfamiliarity. When you have gotten used to your husband, he's committed to you, and so you take advantage of that. You didn't do that when you were dating and courting because you were afraid he would leave you, that he wouldn't want to marry you. But now you're doing it as if it's okay now. Well, it's okay, I suppose, if you want him to lose interest in you. You see, we live in a cause and effect world, and cause and effect even works between a husband and wife. And what you do causes an effect. So what you should be doing all the time are things that will create an interest in you. And what is that? Love him. Love him with all your heart, mind, and soul. Nothing works better. Nothing. Avoid the temptation of overfamiliarity. Focus on him. Focus on him with love. And his interest will be renewed. It will. It always works. So at the Marriage Foundation, we approach marriage based on the fact that you got married to be happy, and you got married to experience and to learn how to love unconditionally. Those are the two overall reasons for marriage. And so if you wrap your marriage around those, and we wrap all of our teachings around those, then you will learn how, and you could use us for that, and then you'll have the most amazing marriage ever. I hope you like this video. Leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel. And if you've been following for a while and you want to be a TMF counselor, we're soon going to be offering a course online. and it'll be pre-selling because it's not ready yet. So you could get it at a big discount. Just let us know and we'll let you know when it's ready to go on the website so you can find it. I'm Paul Friedman. I'm the founder of the Marriage Foundation. I appreciate you. God bless you and take care.